10-minute stock trader takes calculated risks, understands that the treasure lies in knowing the data, doesn't guess at trading, follows their plan, doesn't blame others, takes responsibility, and knows why the market works. A 10-minute stock trader is smart. A 10-minute stock trader understands that they can make the world a better place. They spread joy to others, they follow their dreams, they build each other up, they use money as a tool, and they spend as little time trading and as much time living as possible. Welcome to the 10-Minute Trading Room, where we take the guesswork out of trading. Good morning, traders. Happy Friday morning to you. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your day. Just get my microphone all set up here. I tell you what, there has been some stuff going on in crypto land, and I thought, you know what, this is a great time because there was a huge lesson that we could all learn from the crypto debacle that's going on right now. I'm not sure people picked up on, but I saw it and I was like, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about this because I care about you, and I care about you protecting your wealth that you worked so hard to build. This is key. This is one of those things that, like, is in the back of your mind and you never think about until something happens, and then you're like, I cannot believe I did not think about that. We're going to cover that today, so this does not happen to you. So if you're here, let me know by saying hi. Ernie is here. Good morning. Donna is here. Good morning. Glad y'all made it. I know it's early for both of you. April. Hey, April is our customer service manager. She handles basically everything that there is to do. So April, I really appreciate your help. All right, let's do this. Let's get right into it. I won't delay any longer. And make sure I click the right. Oh, there's Rudes. She's our podcast manager and graphic designer, and she has a special surprise for us here in just a minute. Where's the button I'm looking for? That's the button I'm looking for. Okay. Don't look at the slides. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. Click that one. I need to click a couple other things real quick. Go back to here. And I have to move everything around to make it all work on my screens. Just 2 seconds here. All right, there we go. So this web class is the ugly truth about FTX and how you can ensure that this does not happen to you. Now, I own like basically nothing worth of crypto, and it's at Coinbase. And I never thought about what's happening right now. But if Coinbase were having these issues, you better believe I'd be real interested in what's happening right now. And then I'd want to know how to make sure that I did not let this happen again in any other circumstance. So imagine it for a second. You are a crypto investor. You've got tens, maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars in FTX. From what I heard, Tom Brady, the football player, had like 10 figures in FTX. We're talking like, I heard $65 million. Now, I could be wrong. Just hearsay. $65 million of his wealth is evaporated. That's a big deal. We're going to try and work with that, okay? We're going to try and make sure that this does not happen to you. So this is the legal disclaimer. Let me roll that real quick. Basically, what it says is I'm just a random guy on the internet. Don't listen to anything that I say whatsoever. So with that out of the way, let's move into this. Let me know in the chat if you haven't done so that you're here and where you're from. I'd love to say hi. And we also have a webinar challenge for members of the 10-Minute Trading Room. It is this week, this Stonks hat. As you can see, I've been wearing it, so it's got a couple smudges on it. The Stonks hat, you know, a couple years ago, somebody asked me on social media, they're like, Chris, what's the difference between stocks and stonks? And I said, well, stocks are fractional ownership. Stocks are fractional ownership in a company, but stonks only go up. And they're like, that was the perfect answer. So stonks hats for you guys. All you have to do to win the webinar challenge is A, come live, B, share this with one of your friends and have them come live. Easy as it comes. Now, I usually do the talking about what a 10-minute stock trader is, But we have some celebrity endorsements. We have some celebrity endorsements for what a 10-minute stock trader is. And because of that, I'm going to let them do the talking. I'm going to let these celebrity endorsements tell us exactly what a 10-minute stock trader is.
A 10-minute stock trader takes calculated risk. A 10-minute stock trader understands that the treasure lies in knowing the data. A 10-minute stock trader doesn't guess at trading. A 10-minute stock trader follows their plan.
A 10-minute stock trader doesn't blame others. A 10-minute stock trader takes responsibility. A 10-minute stock trader knows why the market works. A 10-minute stock trader is smart.
A 10-minute stock trader understands that they can make the world a better place. A 10-minute stock trader spreads joy to others. A 10-minute stock trader follows their dreams. A 10-minute stock trader builds each other up.
A 10-minute stock trader uses money as a tool. A 10-minute stock trader spends as little time trading and as much time living as possible.
Listen, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Those guys, that was Joe Rogan, Trump, Elon Musk, and Gary Vee. I just let them do the talking, right? I let them tell us what a 10-minute stock trader is. Gary Vee has a special place in my heart because while he really promotes hustle culture, I was listening to his videos and podcasts and everything years ago, and he was the one who I was listening to, and he said, "Go start a podcast. What are you waiting for? I give you permission. Go start your podcast right now." And I was like, okay. So it's because of him that I've been able to make this business and this podcast and this trading room and everything all work. So I have a soft spot for Gary Vee in my heart for that. So on today's agenda, we're going to be covering 3 areas. Let me move myself out of the way for a second here. We're going to be talking about number 1, and it's gone. What happened in easy terms? Number 2, it's like having a stop loss on your entire trading account. And number 3, high-class problems, when you just have too much money. So that's what we're going to be covering today. And I am really, really excited, and I feel like it is my duty to point this out to everybody who can listen, right? So please ask questions as we go. Now, as you guys know, this is a private training for members of the 10-minute trading room. And this will come down on Monday. So on Monday, this will not be accessible for anybody except members of the 10-minute trading room. Now, the cost of admission today is hitting the share button down below. Whatever platform you're on, hit the share button so you can watch this live. Now, get a pen and paper and take notes because this is some really important information that I'm going to be giving you. Later on, my 10-minute stock traders know all about this. I'm going to be giving you $5,488 worth of trading education for free. But promise me you will not use these powers for evil when you see how to trade in 10 minutes a day. Some days it's even less than that. Some days it's 10 seconds when you're like, okay, no trades to be had. When you become a hashtag 10-minute stock trader, this is going to change your life. Now, disclaimer, again, I'm going to show you the process, but this does not guarantee that you're going to be profitable. This is Richard Dennis. Richard Dennis, by the time he was 29 years old, had made $290 million. And he says, I always say you could publish rules in a newspaper, and nobody would follow them. The key is consistency and discipline. You need to have consistency and discipline to follow the rules. The world-class traders that I learned from, they all have one thing in common, and that's that they have rules that they follow with consistency and with discipline. So like Richard Dennis says, most people will never be successful because they don't have the consistency and discipline to follow the rules. So today I'm going to be giving you some of the rules, and I'm also going to be showing you some of the other side of the equation, which is something most people don't talk about. And rules are boring, but rules make you money. But I need you to promise me one thing, that you're going to have the consistency and discipline to follow the rules. Because when you follow the rules, you're going to be trading like the greats. You're going to be trading like the legends in trading who I learned from personally. 1997 and 2021 U.S. investing champion Mark Minervini. The first billion-dollar hedge fund manager, Larry Hite. Market wizard Tom Basso, who it's so funny, just yesterday, I'm such a fanboy of these market wizards, and the fact that I've been able to work with them one-on-one and still learn so much from them as days goes on. Tom Basso liked one of my tweets yesterday, and I had a huge fanboy moment. I'm like, oh my god, Tom Basso liked a tweet of mine. Then there's best-selling millionaire trading author Steve Burns, the original market wizard Jack Schwager, and then the trend-following pioneer Richard Dennis. Now, I took their best lessons, and I created a strategy to manage a portfolio in only about 10 minutes a day. And Tom Basso, when I was talking to him about it, he said, wow, Chris, that's pretty good. It takes me about 20 minutes a day to manage my portfolio. And he said, maybe I need to learn from you. I said, no, sir. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants here. You figured out how this is done. I'm just following in your footsteps. Now, my goal with this web class is to show you the only way for you to become a successful trader is through 10-minute trading. And the only way to do this on a day-to-day basis is working with us inside the 10-minute trading room. So who am I? My name is Christopher Ewell. I've been awarded Top 100 People in Finance twice, founder and head trader at 10minutestocktrader.com. Been nominated for one of the top 100 global leaders in finance. Been on TV hundreds of times. And 10minutestocktrader.com, my company, was one of the most innovative companies for 2020. And here's some of the places you may have seen me on. But it didn't start out this way, right? I grew up in a double-wide mobile home in rural Texas, and my parents still live there. And I went to school at a small college in Arkansas, and I don't have an Ivy League degree. I didn't work on Wall Street, and I don't have a hedge fund just yet, but that is one of my goals in life. Now, I say all this because I want you to know that you can do this. You can be successful as a trader, but you cannot, under any circumstance, think that you know more than the market. So let me repeat that just one more time. You can be successful, but you cannot, under any circumstance, think that you know more than the market. Because trading is easy, right? It's just clicking buttons. It's just looking at charts. The hard part is being mentally okay with losing. Because trading is easy when you follow the rules. So if you're ready to learn some of the rules, ready to talk about some of the other parts of trading that most people don't talk about, type yes in the chat box and let's get busy. Brian, glad you made it, my friend. Let's get busy. Okay, so up first, and it's gone. What happened in easy terms? So I really feel, before we get into why we can learn from what happened with FTX, we need to understand what happened with FTX. And here's a disclaimer before we go further. I'm relaying information that I have researched so far, and it seems day to day that things are changing. And more is unraveling. There are some political connections that I'm not going to get into. I'm just going to focus on what happened with the money. So here's a little GIF from South Park, which is exactly what I thought of when this started. So this young man goes into the bank and he deposits his money into the bank. And 10 seconds after he deposits it, the banker looks at him and he says, and it's gone. And so the young man's like, what do you mean it's gone? He's like, it's gone. All your money's gone. He's like, how can my money be gone? I just gave it to you. And he's like, no, it's gone. Like, there's no explanation to this. It's just gone. That's basically what happened with FTX. Just imagine that guy is this guy, and it's gone. So what happened here? Well, this is Sam Bankman-Fried. Sam Bankman-Fried founded the company FTX, which is a crypto brokerage, right? It's basically the equivalent of going into TD Ameritrade, going into Charles Schwab, going into Edward Jones, going into any brokerage you want. That's what he founded here with FTX. Now it's specifically with crypto. He also created a hedge fund called Alameda Research. Now in this process, I don't know if you know this, but anybody can make a crypto coin, a crypto token. You can find some really vulgar crypto tokens out there. You can also find things like Dogecoin, right? It doesn't take much. FTX created their own cryptocurrency, crypto token called FTT. Now, Alameda Research, which was Sam's other company, had 40% of their assets in FTT. So Alameda Research became dependent on FTT, the token, doing well in price. So if either of these failed, we got a problem here. Alameda Research has a problem because FTX failed, and 40% of their assets are gone. If FTX fails, 40% of their assets are gone, either direction, right? So FTT, the token, started to go down in value, just like everything did in the crypto space. And like everything did in 2022, everything's been going down. So Alameda Research committed $500 million to Voyager Digital, another cryptosphere, another crypto company. So Alameda Research committed $500 million to Voyager Digital. A month later, Voyager Digital's out of business. So just right there, $500 million is gone. It's gone. Remember this earlier? And it's gone. Now, after that happened, FTX gave $10 billion to Alameda Research. FTX, the brokerage, gave $10 billion to Alameda Research, the hedge fund, to go trade crypto. Because their thought was, hey, we can go make our money back in crypto because we just lost $500 million. We can go make our money back in crypto. But they gave $10 billion of customer funds to Alameda Research. That would be, for example, you deposit $10 billion into Fidelity. Fidelity says, oh, sweet, we're going to use this $10 billion to go trade. Okay? And if you lose, that's not our fault. You gave us the money. So you don't have the $10 billion in your account. That money's gone. And it's gone. So FTX gave $10 billion of customer funds to Alameda Research. Then they had all this accounting software, and I'm not going to get into the details of it, to where it was completely obfuscated. That's the word. Completely hidden from regulators or auditors or anything like that. A total backdoor transaction to make this happen. And they knew as they were doing this that they shouldn't be sending customer funds. They knew this. Why else would they create a backdoor transaction? So $10 billion goes over to Alameda Research. And then $1 billion just disappears. They can't find it. I'm not joking. This is how it was reported. $1 billion just up and disappeared. And then Sam Bankman-Fried at FTX was then hacked for another hundreds of millions of dollars. So between losing $500 million, taking $10 billion of customer funds over to a hedge fund, trying to trade their way back out of that hole, then they lost $1 billion, like literally lost $1 billion. Then being hacked for hundreds of millions of dollars. We got all kinds of problems over here at FTX. So Binance, who is a competitor, another brokerage firm, they said, you know what? We have a significant amount of FTT tokens. We're going to go ahead and cash those in now. We're going to go to FTX and say, you know what? We would like to have our $580 million back, please. So they had $580 million of FTT tokens. So we're just making everything worse right now. It's a dumpster fire that they're throwing gasoline on because they're like, hey, we'd like to withdraw $580 million right now. The FTT token had been hit along with the rest of the market and totally crashes at this point. And people are looking around like, what is happening? So within 3 days, all the FTX customers tried to withdraw $6 billion. These numbers are so big, it just doesn't even compute at this point. We traded $10 billion. That didn't work out. We lost $500 million with Voyager Digital. We lost $1 billion, just like outright lost it. Sorry, my bad. $580 million just got pulled out. Now the customers want $6 billion out of FTX. Everything is going wrong all at once. And then Binance, like we talked about earlier, they offered to buy FTX. They said, you know what, FTX, we're going to give you a lifeline. We're going to give you some liquidity so that you can continue to operate. But then about a couple days later, they said, as a result of corporate due diligence, as well as mishandled customer funds And U.S. agency investigations, we've decided we're not going to buy FTX after all. They got way more problems than we're okay with dealing with. So at that point, FTX halted withdrawals. Because there's nothing left. There's nothing. I mean, they have been bled dry. They got nothing left to give anyway. And like I say, more is changing by the day. But I saw this tweet and I was like, wow, this is kind of brilliant. So Lynn Alden says, imagine McDonald's makes its own money. Let's call them clown bucks. They keep most of it and they sell some to the market. Now McDonald's then uses their remaining clown bucks as collateral for actual loans. And then people remember, hey, wait a second, clown bucks aren't real. And then Starbucks comes out and sells all the clown bucks that they were holding, while the remaining clown bucks, while reminding everybody else that clown bucks aren't a real thing. They have no value anyway. McDonald's balance sheet is trashed, and their clown bucks are wiped out. Anyway, that's what happened in crypto land last week. Isn't that crazy? They created their own cryptocurrency, and then they lost funds. They lost money trying to make money back trading the cryptos. And they did this with everybody else's money. They didn't do this with their capital. They did this with deposits in the institution. That's where it went real wrong. They can do whatever they want with their own funds. But they did all of this with customer funds. That's the real stuff. That's the real SHIT that we're talking about here. So does that make sense? It was like everything happened all at once. Now, granted, like I say, more is coming to light every single day, and I am not on the front lines of what's going on down in the Bahamas. But I found this extremely, extremely interesting, and I figured that this was something we needed to talk about. Setting up what happened in order to understand why we need to have this discussion. So this is part 2. This is like having a stop loss on your trading account. So let's break this down, right? Nobody wants to see this happen to their broker. Clearly not. Nobody wants to see this. That's why there is depositor insurance. There's FDIC and SIPC. And there's some others. And even some brokers will over-insure on top of the SIPC or FDIC requirements. So let's break these down. FDIC covers the accounts at an insured bank dollar for dollar, including principal and any interest, through the day of the closing, up to the insurance limit. It covers checking accounts, savings accounts, money markets, CDs, basically anything issued by the bank. Now, what FDIC does not cover are stocks, bonds, mutual funds, crypto, life insurance policies, annuities, etc. Now, the limit is $250,000 per depositor per insured bank. Okay, so they will cover your deposits. These are not investments; these are deposits. They will cover your deposits up to $250,000. So that's what happens with FDIC. But keep in mind, it said it does not cover stocks, it does not cover bonds, and it does not cover crypto. That's where SIPC comes in. SIPC protects against the loss of cash and securities, so investments such as stocks and bonds, held by a customer at a financially troubled SIPC member brokerage firm. Now, the limit of this, FDIC was $250,000. The SIPC limit is $500,000, but only $250,000 in cash. So, for example, you have a $500,000 account, $250,000 is in cash, $250,000 is in Tesla stock. Okay, they will cover all of that value if the brokerage goes under. Now, this is only an SIPC brokerage, right? There are brokerages that are not. It should also be considered that investments in stock market are subject to fluctuations in market value. So it doesn't take care of you if your stock goes down in price. It only takes care of you if your brokerage goes down. That's the real difference here. So FDIC covers deposits at banks. SIPC covers your investments and your cash at SIPC brokers. Now, I am no expert. I am no legal authority on this, but there are some links. I'm going to drop these in the chat. That was my plan all along. That way, and I have several links I'm going to drop for you guys as well. You can go peruse those at your convenience, but that is now in the chat. So let's go a little bit further here. Sorry, I can't see the streaming when I have this up. Okay. So what did FTX... So did FTX have FDIC or SIPC? Well, they did not have FDIC because they were not a bank. That's actual wording there, right? They're not a bank, so they did not have FDIC insurance. And in fact, when I was Googling for this, I found something really interesting, which was a straight up cease and desist letter by the FDIC saying, do not tell people that we have FDIC insurance at FTX. And I was like, holy crap. I didn't expect to see this. Now, this just came out like 3 months ago. Somebody from their team was saying that they did have FDIC, and they're like, do not put our mouth, hang on, do not put our name in your mouth. They do not have that. Nor did they have SIPC. So I was looking this up, and it said that crypto assets are not protected by the FDIC or SIPC. So they didn't have anything. There was no coverage for the depositors. Here's some more links for you. And like I say, I am no expert. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm just a random guy on the internet. But here's a couple links that you could look up. In fact, I'm going to throw one more link in there while I got that ready. Hang on. Clicky. Come on, Clicky. You got this. There we go. Here's another link you're going to want. Here's another link or two you're going to want. Okay. So you need to ensure that your broker has SIPC. And actually, you can look that up. In fact, let's do it right now. Wasn't planning on it, but let's do it anyway. Here's a list of brokers, right? You can search for whomever you want. They have it alphabetized. I even checked out mine, so I clicked on T for Tastyworks, and then I did a search for Tastyworks Inc. Chicago is an SIPC brokerage. Now, of course, if you don't live in the United States, this is all something you're going to need to investigate on your own. But you need to make sure that whatever brokerage you have has SIPC insurance, because FTX did not. And that's what I picked up on. I was like, holy crap, maybe they got, you know what? This sucks for all those depositors, but surely they have FDIC insurance. And I'm like, well, FDIC insurance doesn't cover crypto. Okay. And then surely they have SIPC insurance. SIPC insurance does not cover crypto. And I'm like, oh, they have nothing. Nothing. It's gone. It's gone. That was a huge wake-up call for me when I was like, we need to talk about this. Do not put your funds anywhere that is not listed, right? Go double check that link and do not put your funds anywhere that is not listed. Here's some more links. I've already dropped them in the chat. This is why it's like having a stop loss in your account, because let's say you have a $30,000 account and it goes down, your entire $30,000, no matter SIPC or FDIC, is covered. Okay? If your brokerage goes out of business, you're covered. If you have a $300,000 account, that's going to be determined by how much you have in cash and in investments. Now you can have all $500,000 in investments, but the $250 limit is just for cash. From what I understand, I could be totally wrong. Definitely do your own research. So this is why it was so important that I was like, we need to talk about this. And that's why it's like having a stop loss in your account. So does that make sense? Unfortunately, the depositors for FTX lost everything because they didn't have this coverage that other institutions do provide. Now, on the third section here, high class problems. What to do when you have too much money? recently I was listening to another trader. His name is Pax. And Pax is really interesting. Pax has been around since the days in the pits. And he was talking about all these different things he's gone through and how he lost $1 million in one day and all these really interesting lessons. So I'm listening to Pax talking about this stuff. And one thing he mentioned just casually was he was like, listen, you need to have lots of different brokers. And I was like, why? That's really random. Why would I want to have lots of different brokers? And he said, so you don't have any concentration risk. And then I never thought about this until FTX happened. I never thought about having multiple brokers until watching FTX unravel. So if you're an investor with multiple accounts at the same broker, it's only going to cover the $500,000 limit. But if you have two individual accounts at two different brokerages, each one is insured separately. So if you have two accounts at one brokerage, you still have one SIPC limit. If you have two accounts at two brokerages, or one account at two different brokerages, then that's one SIPC limit for each brokerage. They would be insured separately. So what does SIPC cover? Up to $500,000, but $250,000 in cash. Stocks, bonds, money market funds, whatever is deposited at an SIPC. Does not include poor investment advice, does not include market volatility, and does not cover futures contracts or Forex or crypto. So it's really important that you understand what you have and what you're doing with it. Here's another link I want to give you guys to do some more research. Just make sure that your money is insured. That's really at the end of the day what we're trying to do, is make sure our money is insured. So here's my plan, right? I need to make sure that I have my money set aside so I am not in danger of hitting the $500,000 limit at each institution. And my plan is to rotate transactions once I reach that point so I don't have any concentration risk. That's my plan. It's something I hadn't thought of and something I need to do right away, is get more multiple brokers that are all SIPC covered, that I can still do all the transactions I need to, but that my money's insured up to $500,000 at each institution. Because I don't want to be ending up like this guy, where nothing is safe. I want to make sure all of my stuff is safe, so it doesn't happen. It's a real huge thing that's going on right now in crypto land to see this go down. And I think it's a real wake-up call. And we, as good stewards of our money, need to make sure that we're doing the right thing with our money by keeping it insured at SIPC brokers. So does that make sense? So we covered what happened. We covered how it's like having a stop loss in your account. And then also, when you have too much money, what to do with that. So just remember, I know we didn't talk a lot about trading, more about the broker side of it. But that's part of trading, is having a broker. You can't trade without a broker. Now let me show you Kavan's video real quick. I thought this was pretty interesting. From a consultation that I did with Kavan, I'm giving away free consultations for members of the trading room. And I just want you to hear exactly what Kavan says.
I'm watching these stocks today, and it's like I have Peloton and Fastly, and I'm looking at them and they're following the back test as planned. And I'm telling my friend Rob, and I'm like, yo, I'm happy. And he's like, why? I'm like, I finally found something, a setup that I can use. I can go in there. I don't need anybody. I can go in there and I can make the trade my own. I can follow your steps A to Z, and I can plan my trade. As you said, 10 minutes a day, no hassle, no headaches, ain't got to stress. And he's like, for real? So no, I have him taking the previous course that I took because it laid a foundation for me. And I'm like, if you understand what these guys are teaching, then hop on over to Chris, because these guys going to lay a foundation with the little fundamentals, like, like the basics.
Mhm.
And then you when you transition over to Chris, then you will start understanding a little bit more. So, you put in the roof on now. They build the foundation. I did my little thing. You put in the roof. I'm eventually going to learn how to put some furniture in the house. As you can see, it's empty. So that's the goal, man. And I'm loving every minute of it. And the way you teach, it's simplified. And I ain't got to sit there and draw no trend lines. I ain't got to look for no breakout candlesticks. Like, which candle is this at the end of the day? Is it a doji candle? And I'm like, I'll never learn to read candlesticks pattern. Like,
You probably know candlesticks better than I do at this point.
I literally don't know anything about them.
I'm like looking. I'm online on Amazon looking for a good, candlestick, book to learn to read candles. I'm like, I'm not learning none of this stuff. I'm just gonna pay attention to what Chris is doing. I put the lines on there, and dude, I take screenshots of them and I look at them every day, because yesterday I was showing everybody. Like, I call all the guys, because I have all the guys that come in the group is guys from my work. You got Josh, Daniel, Chris, and Rob. They happen on the live when you have. I invite them over and they love it. I got everybody, asking questions. Daniel is on there asking a lot of questions. He actually went and got Trendspider. So slowly by slowly, everybody's coming to the table and want to learn, because step by step is no stress.
Do you want to take this to the next level? Right? Type yes in the chat box if you're ready to take this to the next level, because I want to do something awesome for you today. Let me ask you a question. Would you like my help in implementing this in your trading? That's where the 10-minute trading room comes in. This will allow you to finally live the life you have always dreamed being a trader would be. We have daily live video calls, daily trade alerts, daily new trade setups, daily portfolio updates, daily market analysis, daily trading psychology, which is so important. And everything we trade together. So it's like getting a call from me personally every trading day, with what we're trading and why we're trading it, which is really the most important part. Every trading day. Plus, you can get rid of all the fake gurus that you're still following on Twitter. I know I was really guilty of that. Spending hours searching on YouTube for the next YOLO stock, scrolling on Twitter. Everything we trade together. So as a member, you get everything. You get the daily video calls for free. Your membership includes the daily video calls for free. The daily trade setups, the portfolio updates, market analysis, trading psychology, all that's included for free. And then every other Friday, just like you're doing right now, we do live training and Q&A sessions. Just like the one that you're watching right now. And we'll be building new courses together with your questions and your answers. That's so important to me. And these courses, like I said earlier on today, will be available for members only. You get to watch me personally showing you all the lessons that we use in these courses in our trading. And you can ask me questions as you need, right? You get it all. He's showing you what's working today, and it's like an up-to-the-minute field report sent from the front lines of the cutting edge of trading, and then showing you how to model it in your trading fast. And the only way to have access like this would be if I were to sit in the same room with you and you were looking shoulder to shoulder or looking over my shoulder with me every single day. Now, here's what a few of our members have said, right? Robert's saying, your trainings and advice have accelerated my learning 10x. This allowed me to start doing things that were sometimes unthinkable. Listening to Chris is well worth your time, even if you're a seasoned investor. So who's this for? Well, it's for new traders. It's for experienced traders. It's for busy professionals, some side hustlers. Like I know I've got a couple of my 10-minute stock traders in there who are side hustlers, and then parents who just want to trade while their kids nap. And if you've never traded before, don't worry. Is it okay if I over-deliver? As a member, you're going to get everything. You're going to get the live training video calls, and you're going to get the live training every other week with me. And what else do you need to be successful? How about my flagship course, the AI Stock Trading System? And in this, we go step by step on how to use artificial intelligence in your trading. And also, I'll throw in the Real Trades case study course. and the bullish, bearish, and neutral option strategy courses. So you'll be all set up there. And you're going to get all of that for free. As a member, you get everything included. That's the daily video calls, the live training and Q&A calls, and the full catalog of our best-selling courses. Okay? Well, what else would you need to be successful? We have video courses, we have our private chat room, and you're going to be part of a small group of high performers that are across the world that share valuable information that the rest of the planet never discovers. You're going to get the latest cutting edge trading tactics and strategies before anyone else knows about them, exactly like we talked about today, including the live video trade alerts, the live market analysis, the live portfolio analysis, the live trade setups, the live trading psychology. All of that is included, and the live training and Q&A calls, the live look over your shoulder trading setups, live trading courses built with your questions and your answers. All of this is included as a member. You get all of this. Plus, I'm offering this now as a member. You're going to get at least one free one-on-one consultation like what we showed in Kavan's video. And this is coming from me. Who am I? Here's a little bit about me, right? I went straight to the pioneers of successful trading. I learned directly from world famous market wizards and billionaire portfolio managers. And last year, the first year of implementing our strategy, we had a staggering 172.41% return on the first year of execution. So I'm pretty excited to share that with you. Right, you're going to get all of this, including the private one-on-one consultation with me. Total value $5,488. Right now, if all this did was finally set you up to see how real traders are profitable, do you think that'd be worth it? If all this did was help you shortcut the Wall Street learning curve, which hurts so bad, skip all those costly mistakes that most traders make and take years to figure out, would it be worth that? If all this did would give you the ability to model our trades and cut out the garbage that you see on the internet, you know what I'm talking about, would it be worth that? So I had two choices. The first option was to go as cheap as possible to try and help, everybody out there. But the thing is that there are lots of freebie seeking knuckleheads, the guys on Wall Street bets, right, that really shouldn't be trading anyways. But the second option, which we went with, is the little higher investment in yourself, in the program. And in exchange, you get my time and my attention, and you're going to get you set up to get the success that you've always wanted. What would that one perfect trade be worth to you? Do you think that if you develop the trades like I did, you get the same results that I did? For the right person, this membership should pay you, clearly. If you're like most people, you would tell me you'd probably pay for years of membership with just the proceeds of one single trade. I know a couple of people have already done that. You'd probably tell me that everything else after that would just be gravy. And that's why I'm sending you our total trading system every month, right? I want to make this an absolute no-brainer for you. And I take a lot of pride in helping our members win big and avoid the big losers too. And that's why this is worth $5,488, because you're here today. You're now officially a 10-minute stock trader. I'm going to give you a monster discount. Of course, I wouldn't ask you to pay $5,488. The monthly cost of being part of the 10-minute trading room is only $147. That's it. That's like $4 a day if you think about it that way. You're going to get the daily live video calls with me. You're going to get the live training and Q&A calls. You're going to get the full catalog of our best-selling courses, and you're going to get a private one-on-one consultation with me. Total value, $5,488. And the monthly cost, like I said, it's only $147. You can boil it down to $4 a day. There's no contract. You can cancel at any time. You've got two choices, really. The first option is you do nothing and not take this leap of faith and continue to struggle, continue to search on YouTube, continue to search on Twitter, continue to listen to those fake gurus. The first option really is nothing changes. Or the second option, you invest in yourself. The second option is you learn how the market really works. The second option, you give yourself a shot. See if this works for you. Like I said, there's no contract. You can cancel at any time. But don't you think it'd be worth $147 to show me how we set up every single trade, every entry point, and every exit point, and like Kavan said earlier, step by step with no stress? Do you think it'd be worth $147 for you to come spend an entire month right here sitting next to me, looking over my shoulder on every trade we make? Well, that's pretty much what it's going to be exactly like. I'm going to walk you through every entry, every exit, and why we do everything. personally showing you what's working and what's not. The daily trade alerts are meant to give you that exact same experience. And here's something else to consider. Do you think it'd be worth $147 to jump online with me twice a month to get all of your trading questions answered, right? If you have any questions, you just let me know. I got you. I'm here for you. I do this for you. That's what we do in the live training and Q&A calls. Plus, you can see your fellow members every day, and you can ask them what's working for them, right? And any of those scenarios sound like it might be useful to you, then this is clearly a no-brainer. You can still keep all the courses for free no matter what. You're going to get the daily trade alerts. You're going to get the live training and Q&A calls, the full catalog for our best-selling courses, and best really of all is to get you set up for success, the private one-on-one consultation with me. The work we do together can change everything. You know that. This can change your life. This is the wealth ripple effect that we're talking about. You'll be able to take our trade ideas and plug them into your account effortlessly because I show you exactly step by step. You connect with me and your fellow members on our live video calls every day. Help you get the guidance and the focus that you need. So take this offer or become a member today. Remember, you're under no obligation. You can cancel at any time, and you can still keep all the gifts for free. And here's a couple other bonuses I want to tell you about. Here's 3 fast action bonuses if you sign up today. I wrote the Secret Investing book, and I want to send you an autographed copy in the mail, plus the audiobook. I'm going to give you the step-by-step guide to our 10 minutes to freedom trading strategy, which we use every single day. And finally, our top stock list, which I update this every single day. So every day that you get this is exactly what we are doing in the trading room. So let me show you how to sign up real quick. Just go to 10minutetradingroom.com. Click this big blue button right here that says, click here to take the guesswork out of trading right now. Then you're going to go to the next page, and it's going to ask you a couple of questions like your name, address, and everything. Put in your credit card number to get started. Make sure that you put in your t-shirt size because I want to send you a hashtag 10-minute stock trader because you're going to be officially one of us, officially a 10-minute stock trader. So if you have any questions at all whatsoever, feel free to reach out to our team. We would love to help you out, love to get you set up, and love to get you as part of the 10-minute trading room. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. I hope that this was very enlightening, very useful, and I can't wait to see you inside the 10-minute trading room with us every single day, and in fact, later on today as we make our trades. Thank you. All right, thank you guys so much for coming. I really appreciate everything that you came for. I hope that we were able to provide some information. I hope that this kind of opened your eyes to see what exactly was going on. And I just saw something a few minutes ago that said that this FTX fraud could be the biggest fraud ever, even greater than Enron. So been absolutely crazy, been interesting to watch it unfold, and praise the Lord that I don't have any capital tied up in FTX to not be a part of this. So thank you all so much for coming. I'll see you later on today in the 10-minute trading room. Talk soon.